Hey, cousins. Well, the 2025 War Games is in the books. A lot of conversation, a lot of talk was going on. I think we hit all of the information and things that we needed to hit. I will say I actually did upload and have already queued my thoughts on the women's WrestleMania 42 ad, and to see a certain person literally plugged her in out of nowhere because she wasn't a part of that ad. She was plugged in real quick. It's funny, it's cute, but either way, it don't change nothing that I think about in terms of that advert and what it was communicating to me. So look at that out for that. Once again, please make sure you're practicing your self-care and you're drinking water. I've been guzzling water this entire nonstop. I drink it anyway, but for whatever reason, I've been really dehydrated. So excuse me. Watching this show dried me out from the inside out. Period. My eyeballs dried up and everything because I don't know. I don't know if I want to see a War Games themed Survivor Series anymore. I think it has run its course. Tonight solidified that the War Games Survivor Series has run its course. I just want the traditional Soul Survivor. Let's just do that. Let's do that. Because no ma'am. No ma'am. It wasn't given what it was supposed to give. And a lot of people are glazing. They glazing hard. And I'm not here to glaze shit. I'm going to just tell you what happened. And, you do what you need to do with that. First things first, the set. Lackluster, boring. I am over the LEDs and just there's no innovation, nothing. People are paying a lot of money to go to see these things and they're not getting any individuality in any of these PLEs. It was just a big ass screen and their basic entries, right? Charlotte Flair, I will say I was confused because earlier today she put out a new shirt. And I'm saying to myself, well, what is this about? It was like bubble letter graffiti style, white shirt, real kitty like. And I see that her ring gear, cute. It was cute. It was for one of her fans who has a rare form of cancer. So good for her on that to represent for the fans. Rhea Ripley came out with the Terrifier themed mask. And we had AJ Lee come out in her traditional AJ Lee look. And then we had Alexa Bliss come out with some pink tears and stuff like that. And Io Sky usually in her same gear. Io Sky don't really mix her gear up like that. We just saw that yellow theme going on. Then we had the bad guys come out. Lash Legend had a great showing tonight. She was presented as a monster. I loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I like Nia Jax's outfit. I guess they learned the last time we were at War Games not to put that bitch in first. She came in and did still goofy as fuck. Still was not impactful with her hits. It was a point where she had that chain and she tapping on, and I was just like, girl. But her outfit was cute. Okay, the outfit was cute. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is probably one of the worst women's war games in the entire series. It was not. It wasn't good. The problem first is the match doesn't start till everyone gets into it. Okay, and what is the problem that the women were having was too much laying around. Even if the camera's not on you, you need to be moving. You need to be grooving. You need to be acting like you're doing something. Put a boot on somebody's neck. Something. No, these bitches is laying. Just like I said, AJ Lee laying around and Alexa Bliss laying around. Okay, and waiting and waiting and waiting. I do like Lash Legend came in last so she can make her impact, and I think she did for the most part. But Rhea Ripley, listen, it's the same thing. I wonder what it's like to be at the rehearsals, right? you at the rehearsals and everything, and Paul Leviskay and all of them that do the choreography, they're like, okay, guys, this is what we're going to do. Rhea, you're going to do this. Rhea, you're going to do that. Rhea, you're going to do this. And then Rhea, you do that. Io, you go ahead and flip for no reason. And then we're going to spray. Like, everything was just really Rhea heavy. It's too much. It's too much. At one point, Io Sky tried to end up missing Lash Legend. But Lash Legend found a way to line up. This is the goofy shit. They see Io Sky go to the top of the ring, right? Go to the top of the fence. And then AJ Lee is trying to give her the trash can, but she's short. So, of course, we got to get Rhea Ripley to put her head between a bitch legs, right? Because it only makes sense to give AJ Lee the lift. And then we see Io Sky take the trash can. And now, this is the goofy shit, because if I see this bitch is putting a trash can on her head and get ready to jump, I ain't gonna stand there. But no, these women gotta stand there and line up and wait for this woman to jump off of the goddamn cage with a trash can. The spot is done. Okay? It's not a ooh ah. It's done. It's wore out. It's welcome. It's expected now. It was cool the first time. Oh shit, she did that. Now they got a trash can with a name on it. It's a thing. Listen, I wasn't moved. I wasn't. It wasn't given what it was supposed to give. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I will say the MVP, if I had to pick an MVP, would be Asuka. Asuka was in that match, and not one time did that woman not fight. She was fighting the whole time. She was moving around the ring. The story was AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. That's what this whole thing was centered around. Okay? And it was very apparent. In the end, AJ Lee ended up putting her finisher on Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch tapped out. And that is how the women's WarGames match ended. It wasn't good. I didn't like it. Lash Legends, give her a round of applause. This is her first WarGames. Hopefully, it won't be her last, and it'll be a lot better with better people. I think the inclusion of delicate ass Alexa Bliss, AJ Lee, fucking what's her name? Becky, like those ladies aren't gonna give it to you like that. They're not gonna give it up. I think it was very lackluster. I did not pop or really enjoy that. Some of the clothes was cute. The ladies look great tonight, makeup and all that or whatever. But it was nothing to write home about. Moving right along, we went right into the IC Championship, John Cena, Dominic Mysterio. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm done with the Judgment Day. I've been done with the Judgment Day. I'm tired of the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day. This is what you need to know. It was overbooked to the gills, okay? So, John Cena, Dominic Mysterio, they mixing it up, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Then, at one point, we get Raquel Rodriguez, does a Tejana bomb on John Cena. And then we get all of 80 pounds, Roxanne Perez, doing her little fucking sunset flip on this big-ass muscle-bound man. That took me the whole way out. After I saw her do that sunset or her pop rocks, whatever you want to call it, took me out the whole fucking match. They wasn't done. Dominic did a move similar to Penta. Only difference is Penta actually injured. So they want to fuck around and poke fun, I guess. So Dominic does the same move. He's laying over there hurt. This is why the two ladies was able to get in there, right? Finally, Dominic gets up. He runs into the ring. And he trying to do the 1, 2, 3. The ref is like, motherfucker, you playing games. And he ejects the ladies of the Judgment Day out. And so they mixing up again. And then we get fucking Finn Balor and JD McDonough. They come out and they trying to do the best thing they got. And it wasn't working out. And they both got a double attitude adjustment because both of them weigh 100 pounds together. And then they rolled out the ring or whatever. And that wasn't it, right? That wasn't it because we have a returning Liv Morgan. Yes, we have a returning, watch me. So she sachets to the ring and she gets in there and Dominic is shocked and John Cena, he's overacting. He's like, what? And so Liv swings, misses fucking Dominic Mysterio completely. He goes ahead and sells it anyway. Then she turns around and jumps into John Cena's arms and hugs him, only for us to zoom into her face and you can see where she's looking all crazy because she's a heel. And then she jumps down and kicks John Cena in the balls, right? And then runs behind him and hits him with the Intercontinental Championship. Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio then does a 319 or 624, whatever the fuck it is. And then we get the 1-2-3, and Dominic gets back his IC Championship with Liv Morgan jumping on him, and they're leaving together. That is how that match ended. I did not like it. I did not like it at all. Sure didn't. I'm tired of Judgment Day. This obviously wasn't for me. And to be honest with you, the audience wasn't for it either. The audience was not here for it. Moving right along, we go right into the Women's Championship. Stephanie Vaquer versus Nikki Bella. Not really much to talk about. Nikki did a good job. She got in there. She did whatever they told her to do. And she ended up getting 1-2-3 and losing. Stephanie Vaquer is she's slowly forming into nothing more than a devil's kiss. She did the devil's kiss on the announcer table. All you heard was ah 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 ah. Shout out to Booker T for getting that shit over. And she did it again in the ring. Everybody got to see her ass jump, and that it. And then she did a corkscrew 450 or whatever the fuck it's called. And that's how that match ended for her to retain. There you go. That was it. We go right into the men's WarGames match. And I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't really even paying attention because they was just coming to the ring and there was a lot of shenanigans and fisticuffs. So when we finally get Brock Lesnar, he giving everybody F5s and beating motherfuckers up with a chair. That's all he was doing. F5 City, Suplex City, and beating motherfuckers up with a chair. And then everybody's like, OTC, OTC. Then he gets out the ring. And he was like, oh, well, OTC ain't finna get in this motherfucker. And so they're like, oh, my God, Brock Lesnar found a loophole. And I'm sitting here like, let me tell you something. Wade Barrett and motherfucking old boy were unbearable tonight. Unfucking bearable tonight. Wade Barrett specifically. Unbearable. Unbearable. Okay? So anyway, Brock Lesnar is waiting on Roman Reigns. Roman finally comes out and he super punched Brock Lesnar all around the cage. And then Brock Lesnar got the best of him and threw him into the announce table. F5 to him into the announce table. And then start throwing him around the cage. Finally, they got in the cage and the bell rang. Okay? And then what you need to know is Logan Paul had brass knuckles, and then fucking Roman Reigns got the brass knuckles and he knocking motherfuckers out. And then we got Braun Breaker getting up and he took his arms out of his onesie and he was like, wow, he got to run in the ropes and he got speared. And so Jey Uso was like, hey man, here go Brock Lesnar. Look over here, Roman. Roman was like, all right, set that motherfucker up because I done knocked everybody out with these brass knucks. So when Jey had set up Brock Lesnar to get speared, whatever, Brock Lesnar picked up Jey, and that's when Roman was like, and he speared Brock Lesnar and Jey through the table. Okay? And so over on the other side of the ring, though, we got Cody Rhodes fucking up, is it Drew McIntyre he was fucking up? Yeah, somebody was getting fucked up over there, but you didn't know that because the camera was focused on Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. They just completely forgot that fucking Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre was over there fucking each other up. So anyway, they had to redo the spot so you could see where Cody Rhodes had got kicked in the balls. And so everybody made their way over to that ring, right? And so all of a sudden, motherfuckers is working and doing the best they could, what they got or whatever. And all of a sudden, this dude comes into the ring. And everybody's like, oh, so I'm trying to figure out who this dude is. Because he kind of thick, but he moving really fast. So it can't be Randy Orton. Because Randy Orton was going to climb that cage like that. That motherfucker climbed out that cage like Vega from fucking Street Fighter, okay? So then I'm thinking, well, y'all said it was going to be Edge. And I'm like, no, because Edge definitely wasn't climbing out that cage. So he did a curb stomp. So everybody's like, oh, shit, Seth Rollins. But I don't think they're going to pull that bullshit with Seth Rollins again. Because that would be corny and stupid. So the only person I could think of is Austin Theory, because ain't he supposed to come back? And he seems young enough to be jumping up that cage like that dude did, okay? When the guy jumped out the cage or whatever, curb stomped CM Punk, and then he jumped out the cage. When I tell you he ran up that cage and just a fucking peer, that's how I know it ain't no old timer. That's a young whippersnapper, okay? Y'all tell me who y'all think was the young whippersnapper in all black. And this time they covered him up real motherfucking good, okay? Unless it's a returning Chad Gable, that would be corny, because why would he even be there? Like, we could just speculate. It would be so cool if it was Montez Ford and he was like, I'm tired of this motherfucking shit. But they ain't that goddamn creative. Anyway, so the guy ran out, he climbed up that goddamn cage and disappeared. And so Braun Breaker put his onesie back on and then took the onesie back off and speared the fuck out of CM Punk and got the 1-2-3, and that is the way motherfucking WarGames ended. And then so the heels won. They over there doing their little thing. Roman got up. Mind you, he left the cousins over there. He ain't even fooling with the cousins. So Roman got up and he helped CM Punk get up. And then him and CM Punk was looking at each other. CM Punk looked like shit. And then Roman looked over and he saw Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes was trying to get himself up, but he jumped up. Like, you ain't finna kick me in my shit. And so Roman looked at Cody and he looked at CM Punk and he said something to CM Punk. And CM Punk was talking to Cody like, listen, man, we made it through. You know what I mean? His eyes and shit all fucked up. So Roman was leaving the ring. And as he left the ring, he turned back around. And Cody came up to him and he said, listen, this is the last time I'm teaming with your bitch ass. And Cody was like, that's fine with me, bitch. And that is the way your 2025 Survivor Series WarGames ended. I kid you not. I'm going to say, overall, I was very underwhelmed. Will I go back and watch this? No. Will I tell you to go back and watch it? Absolutely the fuck not. There is nothing for you to see. Liv Morgan came back. There's a dude in all black running around who got it out for fucking CM Punk, apparently. Or for the heels. I don't fucking know. Okay? And shit, it could be Zillify too, for all we know. And that would just be, oh my goodness. If it's another fucking Samoan. There was no, y'all talking about it was gonna be Edge. Y'all said that fucking Brie Bella was gonna return. There was no surprises outside of Liv Morgan and that figure in all black. This was very lackluster, underperforming. Um, I just I just don't think it was a good I just don't think it was good. They talking about it was one of the selling out and all that old shit. Let me tell you something else about this pay-per-view. I'm so fucking sick of commercials and advertisements. I didn't get no commercials because I watched it on the VPN in Canada. Yeah, so I got it was like a screensaver they show in slow motion. I got like, a lot of fucking footage of San Diego. Like, they was showing footage as if this was a fucking episode of Sex and the City. Like, every time it was just footage of the ring, footage of people, footage of the San Diego coast. I'm not going to San Diego. That's just what it is. And then I gotta hear Wade Barrett hawking these fucking toys. The advertisements were terrible. And for this is it. This is John Cena's last match coming up down to the Saturday night main events. I have to say, this was an awful way for John Cena to come out. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if John Cena if he don't never come back to the WWE and do anything, I wouldn't even be mad at him. If he pull a Dwayne Johnson, I wouldn't even be mad. Cause motherfucker, you couldn't do better than this. You couldn't do no better than this, really? Child, please. What else? It was just, it is what it is. I don't. I wasn't excited about nothing. I even went in there with no expectations. Everything was just, very low bar, very low standard, and those were met. If you had high expectations, you're gonna be, disappointed. So as long as you keep your expectations low, you ain't missing nothing. I think that's it. So I'll say this: anything higher than a C minus, they glazing. Anything higher than a C minus, which is a 70, I give it a 70. Okay, and that's just because some of the ladies look good in their outfits and ring gear, and people probably try to put effort into the bullshit that they got, and for the most part, a C minus. Anything higher than that is glazing. Okay, I'm gonna leave it right there. Y'all tell me what y'all think about War Games, and I will catch you on the next one. Cause guess what? That's all I got. I ain't got no more.